Hi, this is Coach Sean, the Realtor, going above and beyond to help you find your dream home. I wanted to do this video because I think it's important, and I want to talk about 7 signs that you might be ready to buy a home. And so, even as I go down some of these signs, even if you see maybe some blemishes in some of these areas, it gives you some things to look at that you can correct to put yourself on the path to home ownership. So let me get down to these particular ones real quickly. First one, probably one of the major ones, is you have your debt under control. Not that you don't have any debt. Obviously, we get student loans. We have credit card debt. One of the things you want to look at is my credit card debt being maxed out. Typically, people want to see a 30% and under, which helps your score go up, but you still can actually be able to buy a home depending on how your debt is allocated and things that are going on. But you want to make sure that you're starting to minimize debt and allowing yourself to put yourself in the best possible position to be able to get a loan. So first thing is you want to begin to minimize debt and begin to get that under control. Next one, got kind of a hold on your credit. So you have a hold on your credit, and you can see that your credit is on the rise. Typically, when you're buying a home, and 580 credit score will get you in the door, but a 640 will get you actually down payment assistance. And so you want to know exactly what your credit score is. You want to look at those 3 major areas that give you a credit score. You can go every year, annualcreditreport.com will give you a free copy of it, so you can dispute some things if you see some things that are not on there right. But ultimately, you want to get your credit to the point where it's being built up and your credit score is able to get you a loan. Someone said it's like your college transcripts. The higher the credit score, the more opportunities you get. And so if you haven't, take an opportunity right now to begin to get a hold on that. Number 3, you have money for a down payment. Many people think you need like 20% down for a home. That's not necessarily true. Typically, if it's a conventional loan, you might need 3% down. If it's an FHA loan, you might need 3.5%. There are different things, like I just said in the last thing, where you can get down payment assistance to be able to assist you depending on where your credit score is. However, you will need some money in reserve to be able to buy a home. If it's a VA loan or a USDA loan, there'll be no down payment at all. So there's different things and different options that are out there for you to begin to look at. But if you pay 20% down, what helps you is that when you pay less than 20%, you have to pay what's called PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, which insures against the lender in case you default against it, that they kind of get what they want to get back from it in it. But typically, you'll need 3% down. Number 4, you have a reliable source of income. That reliable source of income is crucial because it tells the lender that you have a solid income base to be able to pay back what they are lending you. One of the things they're going to look at, and you can go to some of my videos on that talk about this, is your debt to income ratio. Typically, they don't want it to be more than 45%, but sometimes even they'll go as high as 50%. But that debt to income ratio really tells a lot about them being able to lend you money and get you different things. They also want to make sure that you have been on your job for at least 2 years or in the same field. Typically also on the same job for 6 months. So moving from job to job to job does not look good to them, because they want to make sure you're stable, so that because they're lending you a lot of money to be able to move into probably what's the hugest investment you'll make, which is a house. The next one, you're steady in your lifestyle. It's a big commitment that you're going into for a home. 15 to 30 years is what typically a mortgage is and what they're loaning you. You may not stay in that house that long, but you want to make sure that you are steady. Bear in mind that this is a place that you're going to spend a lot of time at. So this new home, you want to make sure you're steady in your family, steady in different areas, because you're making a huge investment. Number 6, I believe, you need more space. If anything taught us in COVID, a lot of us recognize we need more space. And so For some people right now, if you're living in a 1-bedroom apartment and it fits you, it's good. But at a certain point, you want to expand. You start having family, you have children, you get married, different lifestyle changes happen, and it puts you in a position to say, wait a minute, I need a lot more space. Last one, number 7. You've considered all the cost of home ownership. Many times we see the infomercials of no down payment, and we forget there are different costs included in your mortgage. Is going to be insurance, typically at least a lot of times $100 or more, but that's also in the mortgage. Included in your mortgage is going to be property taxes. And when you go through a lender and you get pre-approved, which is the first step to buying a home, when you get pre-approved, what they're going to do is give you, to a certain extent, a tax threshold. Your taxes can't go above this for us to be able to give you that loan. And so the taxes go to all the different entities around you, like fire departments, public schools, and libraries. Included in your loan is going to be, at the end of it, you're going to pay closing costs. Typically, you can also ask your realtor to be able to negotiate what's called seller concessions or seller credits. In this market, which is a seller's market, is a lot more difficult to do. So you should factor in that your closing costs typically, a lot of times, could be 3 to 6% of the total loan value. And so that's a different range that it could be. You also want to factor in utilities. While you may, when you're renting, your landlord may cover utilities, and also sometimes when you're renting, you may cover utilities. It is on you at that particular time. And you want to consider maintenance. You're going to have different maintenance things that come on up in the house. And so you want to have an emergency fund for things along those lines. And so you might be ready for a home. If you are, I'd love to speak to you. I'd love to do a free consultation and take you down kind of the home owner process to help you to be able to get along. If you want to get onto my email list, please fill out the form that's in this particular thread that can assist you in that also. So again, thank you for watching this video. I hope something that was informative that will help you in your home buying process. And as always, God bless.